Over at WVU Medicine Camden Clark today, a ceremony was held to celebrate the accomplishments of organ donation in the month of April. Our Peyton Brooker has more in Parkersburg.
WVU Medicine's Camden Clark and Lifeline of Ohio held a ceremony to celebrate National Donate Life Month for April. According to the Vice President and Chief Nursing Officer at Camden Clark, Carol Grove, the month is to express the real importance of organ donation.
This month is really the opportunity to recognize and promote the gift of life. So we want to really highlight what it means to be an organ donor. As we mentioned earlier throughout the presentation, we talked a lot about the impact of organ donation and that a donor can save up to 8 lives, and through tissue donation they can save another 75,000 lives.
Lifeline of Ohio, according to CEO Andrew Mullins, is an organ procurement organization that covers 38 counties in Ohio and 2 counties in West Virginia, which includes Wood and Hancock County. Mullins says they appreciate the partnership with Camden Clark.
You know, when I think about this event here at Camden Clark, it reminds me of the partnership we have here with this hospital, all of the staff, the community, again, that can make donation possible thanks to the generosity of the donor.
Keynote speaker Ben Burns at the ceremony discussed his story on how his dad impacted a woman hundreds of miles away.
It's very important to become an organ donation. My dad passed in 2018. Even a year later, I got a letter from a lady that lived in Texas that my dad's organs and tissue donation went and helped her, and that's real big to be an organ donation.
Every one of the speakers stressed why becoming an organ donor is so impactful to the ones receiving a donation.
100,000 people currently on the waiting list, so this is critically important. It's important to have people understand what it means to be an organ donor and to have people have conversations with their family members so they also know how important that is.
We can see it impact lives in the future where people can see their loved one who's received the heart transplant, that parents can see their son graduate high school. You can see babies born, grandchildren born, all of these life moments. Again, thanks to the generosity of the donor, we all can make a difference today.
Once you pass, your organs and your tissues, they're basically useless to you, and if you can help somebody, even a family member or even somebody across the street or even overseas. My dad has impacted 7 different countries and 25 different states, so even one person, you yourself, can make an impact on somebody else's life.
This is Peyton Brooker in Parkersburg, WTAP News. This is home.